32 million Indians live overseas worldwide. Indians are everywhere. Tech workers in Silicon Valley, NHS doctors in the UK, students in Canada, and even construction workers in the Gulf. There's hardly any country you could name where you would go and you wouldn't find an Indian. This global presence, until now, was seen as a sign of strength. People would appreciate the culture that these Indians bring into the other countries. They would appreciate the Indian food. They would appreciate the festivals. And for sure, they would appreciate the work that these people would do in those countries. But now, why is this happening? Canada has rejected 80% of the Indian student visa applications in 2025 till date. So, out of every 10 people applying, only 2 are able to get through. Understand this, that's thousands of students whose dreams are shattered right now. They applied, they got through to the university, they paid the deposit, did all kind of account blockages and everything, and now when they're finally going for the visa, they're not able to get through. Also, we have these kinds of haters, essentially almost, who don't want Indians in Canada, who are basically treating them with massive disrespect, almost abuse in certain cases.
You know it's not illegal to go in front of your vehicle and hump you? I didn't touch you, did I? Answer my question, you
You're in
immigrant.
I don't know if you would call this racism. I think it certainly is. On the other hand, if you know what the US has done, US has made the US visa much harder for Indians. There's so many rules, I don't even know how I can fit them in this video. They've first off not opened up appointments for students this term. In India, by the way, appointments were open in neighboring countries. Nepal, they were open, and they were open in many other countries all over the world. Vietnam, Singapore, everywhere pretty much. So what did Indian students do? They started going to the other countries and getting the visa from there. Now, the Trump administration has blocked that as well. So you only have to interview from your home country. And that means that this year, if students want to go to the US and they don't open up appointments, they are basically left at the embassy's mercy. They won't be able to make it to their program at all. On top of that, they've added so many kinds of fee, integrity fee of $250 that, okay, you should not overstay, only then you'll get this money back. On top of that, there's also the $5,000 to $10,000 bond they're talking about, even $15,000 in certain cases, that you have to submit this money to the US government, which you'll only get back if you come back from the US in time. So all kinds of issues which are happening right now. The US visa has gotten difficult. There's massive lines. Getting an appointment takes sometimes 3 months, 6 months. It is insane. Yet our President Modi said this in the past, and I don't think this has been realized.
मैं अब ऐसा हिंदुस्तान देखता हूं कि दुनिया वीजा के लिए लाइन में खड़ी रहेगी.
But at the same time, Trump's relationship with Modi seems to be amazing. It's great, apparently, as from what we hear from him. H-1Bs are so unstable that people are having to come back. People are being forced out of the country. There's all kinds of issues happening with Indians right now in the US. And that's not all. Have you seen the Australia's anti-immigrant protests? Indian students, kids are being beaten down. Then they have protesters on the street, particularly targeting Indians. And yes, Indians are one of the biggest groups, of course, in Australia. But again, they also help grow your economy. They help do the blue-collar, white-collar jobs that you don't want to pick up many times. And this is not just happening in these countries. There's so many countries all across Europe. You can see this. There's Ireland, there's Spain, there's Germany. Many countries all over the world don't want Indians there whatsoever as of today. And then you see videos about India being Vishwaguru and the passport is in people's hands, and then they say, yeah, this passport, I couldn't even enter this country. So let me tell you exactly why this is happening. And there are a couple of major reasons to that. So let me just sum them up in a couple of sentences. Number one is that politicians are using immigration as a vote bank. So they want to be against immigration so that the people who are not immigrants, people who actually have the ability to vote, they understand that the politicians are doing something for them so that they vote for them. There's also the blame game. There's too many people in certain countries. There's a housing crisis. There's difficulties getting a doctor's appointment. For months people are waiting. There's unemployment. There's low wages at this point, and of course expenses are at an all-time high. And AI has taken quite some jobs from people as of today. So what is the easiest immigrant group to target at this point? Of course, Indians. Indians have taken up our jobs. And there's all over the world issues with civic sense, but that's not all. There's so much more that we are doing that is causing all these issues. There's countless number of videos on the internet. Let me show you a couple of them. This Indian woman visibly has stolen, in this video as you can see, a $2,300 bracelet. $2,300 bracelet. It was on her arm and she's arguing with the police that she doesn't have it. She's driving a Tesla. And then she says that she doesn't remember. At one moment she's fighting with them, the next moment, I think we do all kinds of things in the industry to append our image that, Indians are good enough. We do a lot of things. We are educated people. But then these kinds of people that are in the image. And this is not an isolated incident, by the way. Take a look at this one. This woman can barely even speak. She was found stealing stuff from a store, again, Target store essentially in the US. And these videos just keep on coming. They basically shamed her. And not only her, they shamed the whole nation. They shamed India essentially when they were making this video. It's going viral on the internet as of today. And I'm sure you've seen this one. This, I think, is Avlani, who also has tried to steal something from, I believe, Walmart or Target in the US. She was in that store for 8 hours, and then when she's checking out, she's trying to check out with all the stuff with her without paying for anything. And then later on, she thinks that she can just pay for it and get out of there. But that's not how the world works. People already take a note of this. They make such kind of videos viral on the internet, and then the whole of India is being denigrated at that stage. There's all kinds of videos otherwise also, like people who are bringing too much of Indian culture, especially on the American streets, for instance, and it's Americans are getting very upset with the kind of stuff we're doing. And then this is not only happening in America. Look at this one. This is in Canada. These people are bathing in the river essentially, and you know that we basically don't even like to do that in our own river sometimes. And these people they found that a clear river is there. Of course, they went ahead. They the whole family is bathing, and then they have all of this lather around them with the soap, and they're washing each other. People are making a video of this. It's embarrassing. We know that this is accepted in certain holy rivers, holy places in our country, but this is not the way for other countries. And that's exactly what is called having the civic sense, to understand that this is not their culture and we should respect that. Not only are you doing something which is embarrassing, you're dirting the whole river for basically the whole population over there. Now, of course, this is a small part of what's going on. Of course, the fact that we are the biggest immigrant groups makes us the easiest target, but at least we can stop making these kinds of mistakes. If you're an Indian who's already overseas, or if you're someone who's in India but you have relatives overseas who do these kinds of things, please notify them. It is important that they educate themselves and don't malign the whole country's image in front of the world. We already have enough people against us at this point in the world. No one wants Indians to go. And, yes, maybe some countries are accepting Indians like Japan. And, at the end of the day, the whole world, for the most part, does not want us there as of today. And if you are a sensible person who is able to understand me at this point, I'm speaking in English, I think you're able to understand this, you're able to speak in English. In a lot of cases, you, my friend, may be eligible to legitimately go overseas for study or work. Even for work, by the way, directly, without even studying. If you have a bachelor's or master's degree already, you may be eligible directly. Countries like the US, UK, Canada, Australia, UAE, Singapore, there's many more options which accept you on the basis of your talent. If you have a resume or your LinkedIn profile, you can share it with me on my YMGrad.com chat. Just make sure you send it to me over there. And I will give you a free evaluation. I'll if you can actually go. Let me know the country of interest that, okay, I want to go to the US, send me your resume. And I'll if it's possible for you. That's the only thing I want. But please don't make these kinds of mistakes when you go overseas. I know a lot of you guys want to go. I know, there's many things overseas that are great. And absolutely, you deserve all the best things in the world. But please, at least make your nation's image slightly better than the way people are portraying it as of today. Understand that when you're overseas, any action that you do, any theft that you do, any crime that you do, it falls upon the whole of India, not just upon you. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. And this is exactly why Indian hate sort of is growing. People don't want us there. And I believe since you've watched this video, hopefully you can spread the message. And I hope to see you in the next one. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. You can follow me on Instagram as well for more such content. Thank you.